sure. So. Okay, welcome to the game between Canterbury and South Canterbury at the Jefferies Cup Day 2 on Sunday here at the Dynasty Ballpark in Christchurch. Tony, how you going? So Corey Durham is the South Canterbury batter, a Canterbury club player, guesting for South Canterbury today. Facing the pitching of Ryan Britt, and he leads off with a single up the middle. So a nice start for South Canterbury against Canterbury here in the top of the first inning. Brings up now Ricky McLeod, the first baseman from South Canterbury. And strike called. So a lead-off strike for Ryan Britt on the mound for Canterbury today, pitching to Jacob Davidson, the Rolleston club catcher. And swing and a miss, so 2 strikes. Britt gets ahead in the count. So at first base for Canterbury is Ruben Elkins. At second, Ramona Kumara. At third we have Ant Stewart, the probably the longest serving member of this Canterbury team now, and at shortstop is Blake Hardy. So swing and a miss, strikeout number 1 of the ball game for Ryan Britt. We'll bring up Dylan Potts from the PCU Devils Club in Christchurch. He's the South Canterbury catcher today. He'll be catching to the pitching of Josh Eastwood. So swing and a miss, and just rounding out the Canterbury outfield in left field is Josh Lubajewski. In centre field we have Nokai Melmonch Taylor, and in right field Jackson Watt. So steal attempt here, and nailed by Jacob Davidson, former junior Black Sox catcher and renowned for having a very good arm. So he fires Durham out at two down, and 1-1 count on batter Dylan Potts. So Dylan fouls off. Dylan has 2 brothers in the Canterbury team, so he's on the opposite side of the diamond to them today. His brothers are Liam Potts, the Black Sox pitcher, World Softball of the Year, and Jaden Potts. So good batting here by Potts. He's taken the count to 2-2 with 2 down. And fouled off. And a stand-up strikeout for Ryan Britt to end the inning by striking out his clubmate Dylan Potts. So no score, 1 hit to South Canterbury to lead-off man Corey Durham, but no score. So Canterbury lead into the bottom of the first inning Their batting lineup will be led off by Blake Hardy, the shortstop, Ruben Elkins in the number 2 spot, Jackson Watt batting 3, Bailey Hamilton, the DP for the pitcher Ryan Britt in the 4 hole, Josh Lubajewski at 5, Ant Stewart at 6, Jacob Davison at 7, Romana Kumaroa at 8, and Nokai de Melmonte Taylor at 9. So South Canterbury taking the diamond with Josh Eastwood on the mound, pitching to Dylan Potts, Ricky McLeod at first base, at second base Ben Hunter Brady, at third base Cooper White, at shortstop we have Corey Durham, the safe hitter from the last inning, and in left field Stephen Gamble, in centre field Jacob White, and right field Aaron Johnson. For Canterbury, we have 2 former Black Sox players. We have Jason Kumaroa, the head coach in the third base coaching dugout, and at first base is Daniel Milne from the 2013 Black Sox gold medal winning team. Someone with a long association with the Jefferies Cup. Both him and Jason actually former Southlanders, so long domiciled in Christchurch. Okay, up now Blake Hardy from the Rolleston Club to lead off. And Josh Eastwood starts with a strike, a sighter strike there for Blake Hardy. And time out there as Eastwood just settles on the plate, steps back off, back on now, looking for his second strike against Blake Hardy. So ball on the outside. So ball 2, strike 1. And fouled off, so 2 and 2 to count now. And stand up strikeout on the outside corner. A good start for Josh Eastwood. So that's the start South Canterbury would like. Get the lead-off man. Brings up now Ruben Elkins, left-handed hitter from the New Zealand Major Sox, the National Under-23 squad. Dangerous hitter and plenty of power. Yeah, great grab behind the plate by Dylan Potts. So and just looking for his location here, Josh Eastwood. Mindful that he doesn't want to get too close to the bat of Elkins, who does have plenty of power. And Elkins hits to the an opposite field single, a hit through shortstop. And that's Canterbury's first hit of the game. Brings up now Jackson Watt, the 2019 Black Sox international. Went to the World Series that year in Prague. And a great out there by Dylan Potts. He nails the runner Elkins, his PCU clubmate, hit second base. So good catching expositions by both teams so far, with caught stealing at second base. So Jackson Watt. And Watt, who's renowned for having a great eye at the plate, he is well ahead in the count, 2-0. Actually, Jackson, born in Timaru, but moved to Christchurch when he was very young, played all his ball up here. And 2-1 now. And 2-2 the count. Oh, sorry, the count has been clarified by the umpire as 3 balls, 1 strike. And a swing and a miss there by Watt. Nice pitch by Eastwood. So these are the 2 toughest hitters in the Canterbury lineup. Watt at bat, and Bailey Hamilton, another Black Sox player, in the circle. And Watt picks a walk, a not unusual phenomenon for him. He's has a high reach base average. He's a power hitter, but he also has a very good eye at the plate, so a lot of plate discipline. Brings up now Bailey Hamilton with his very open stance, very aggressive swinging number 4 hitter. And a nice out there taken by the so South Canterbury pull off a really good out there at first base to get Bailey Hamilton for the 3rd out. So So some fairly nifty fielding there by South Canterbury. First of all, Dylan Potts took the runner at second base, Elkins, and then a nice play there at by the infielder Durham to get the out at first base on Bailey Hamilton. So Cooper White to bat for to lead off for South Canterbury in the top of the 2nd inning. No score. And Ryan Britt takes a strike there to start with. So Britt back in the Canterbury Red Sox squad. Had many years in the red and black prior to this. But now pretty much a backup pitcher at PCU Devils to the New Zealand Black Sox ace Liam Potts. White tempted, but manages just to hold off there and just 1 ball, 2 strikes now on. And strike out. So Britt's 3rd consecutive strikeout will bring up Jacob Neal, who is the DP. Jacob is the Richmond Cares #1 pitcher from Christchurch, but today is in the DP role, former junior Black Sox player. attempts to bunt, so he's used to facing the pitching of Ryan Britt. So Jacob went to the under-18 World Cup with the Junior Black Sox in 2023. And Britt well ahead, 0-2. And swing and a miss. So up now, Stephen Gamble, the left fielder for South Canterbury. So Stefan Gamble. Swing and a miss, and ball one, strike one. And swing and a miss, the third consecutive K of the inning for Britt to retire South Canterbury. He now has struck out the last 5 batters, but no scorers. We go into the bottom of the second inning. So South Canterbury, as they take the diamond, just did a bit of digging in the archives this morning, and it's 40 years since they last beat Canterbury, I believe, and 1985, had a 2-1 win in a game in Timaru prior to the Jefferies Cup. And there was a fella, a very good hitter called Peter McMinn, catcher, originally from Southland, who drove the winning run, a home run in that game. But South Canterbury were last in the Jefferies final in 1995. And prior to that, we reached the final in 1987. So for a wee while there in the 1980s in particular, they were very competitive in this tournament, at a time where we used to get about 11 teams from around the South Island in the Jefferies Cup. And South Canterbury had a run where they had a couple of handy pitchers, both called John Rouse and John Manning, and some good players like Marty Gregg, Peter McMinn, who I just mentioned, Maya Toa, who ended up playing in Canterbury, he originally from Timaru, Dominic Richards, who went on to Hutt Valley. So they had a golden generation there for a while. Josh Eastwood starts with a strike on Josh Lubajewski, the former New Zealand Junior Black Sox catcher or outfielder. Okay, so the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Josh Lubajewski. Well pitched there by Eastwood, a bit of a loosener. So 2-2 the count. So Josh from the Papua Nui Tigers Club was a catcher in his youth. In fact, he and Jacob Davis, in his catching with Canterbury, were in the same Junior Black Sox squad as catchers at one stage. But Josh primarily plays in the outfield now, and his batting has really come on leaps and bounds. And he picks a walk, so he comes back to pick a walk. Brings up now Ant Stewart. So Ant Stewart, one of the most longest serving players in the Canterbury squad, the longest serving. Been around the representative scene for a long time as a third baseman, a catcher, very handy hitter, often in the clutch, good experience, and comes from a great Canterbury softball family. And a hit and run there. Stewart does the job. He hits to left field, and Lubajewski is going to come around there and score the first run of the game. So an RBI single to Stewart, who stretches it out to 2 on the fielder's choice. But so a hit and run call there, and Ant Stewart duly obliged with punching the hit into centre field, into left centre field, effectively. So that was the first hit of the game for Canterbury, first run. And bringing up now Jacob Davison, the catcher who picked off a runner at second in his previous inning. So Davison 3-0 ahead in the count. He'll probably hang his bat up on this pitch and just take the delivery. And Eastwood comes back with a strike. So full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And swing and a miss, so strikeout number 2 of the game for Eastwood. Romana Kumara hits to Durham and fires it over to first base. Stewart held up at third, so 2 down now. And Nokai de Melmonch Taylor up. Left-handed hitter, number 9 hitter in the order. And he's absolutely tagged that ball. It's gone to the left centre field fence. And Stewart scores. And a triple there from the young outfielder, Nokai de Melmonch Taylor. A real find for the Red Sox. So 2-0 now. And back up to Blake Hardy, the lead-off hitter. Just pulls that foul. Liam Potts does the fielding there, and as he's watching, he's actually sort of running interference, protecting the back there of Toby Smith, who's warming up in left field, or outside the left field line. And that is going to go out with this wind. It's all the way. It might even go over the main fence. So a great hit there by Blake Hardy. That's a 2-run shot to make double the lead to 4-0. And the way the wind's blowing here at the ballpark today, that was always going to head into orbit. So 4-0 now. Reuben Elkins up to bat. So a great way for Hardy to come back after his first inning strikeout. He gets the first automatic home run of the day. And on the inside, Elkins pulls back. So Coach Kumaroa getting good reward from playing some of the younger players today. Blake Hardy with that automatic home run, and that immediately followed Nokai de Melmonte Taylor's triple. So good to see him trusting his full squad. There's some players like Callum Bishop, Mitch Finney, Liam Potts, who would normally be top 9 players, sitting this one out. And a hit pitch there, a painful blow to the lower back of Elkins. That brings up Jackson Watt. Elkins just consulting Coach Milne, who, knowing Daniel will be encouraging him just to run it off, and strike called. So Jackson Watt picked a walk at his first at bat. And well outside, so ball 1, strike 2. So Eastwood pitching around Watt, who is the power hitter of this Canterbury lineup. So, and Watt hits to right field, but the catch will be taken, and that will retire the side, but not before Canterbury leap out to a 4-0 lead after 2 completed innings. So that catch taken in right field by Aaron Johnson off the bat of Jackson Watt. So good to see South Canterbury back on the Jefferies Cup scene. They were not entering this tournament for quite a while, and but they've resurrected softball well in Timaru, and now have a regular competition on a Friday night. I believe there's an Ashburton-based team that plays in their competition now, and great effort by people like their head coach Adrian Few. Also a big shout out to their scorer, who's the South Canterbury Association Secretary, Kerry Murphy, who's sitting there in their dugout today. But we regularly see Kerry coming up to Christchurch every Saturday to score premier games. So it's a big effort, 2-hour drive each way, and she's a real stalwart of South Island softball. So through the efforts of people like her and Adrian, South Canterbury are back on the Jefferies Cup scene. But the South Canterbury team now needs to sort of break up this groove that Ryan Britt is in. 5 consecutive strikeouts going into this inning. And he's He's facing his opposite number, Josh Eastwood now. He's well ahead in the count, 1 and 2. And 2 and 2. So a full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Eastwood comes back well to pick a walk. Ben Hunter Brady, the new batter. The first pitch he faces is a strike. He shapes the bunt but fails to connect, and that's 0 and 2. And the count remains 0 and 2 after that foul ball. So Hunter Brady facing the pitching of Britt. A change up, and the change up picks him off. So strike out. So strikeout number 6 for Ryan Britt. Up now Aaron Johnson, the right fielder. And Britt does his own fielding and makes the batter base runner at first base. 2 down. And back to the lead-off for South Canterbury, Corey Durham, who got the game's first safe hit. So he's back to face the pitching of Ryan Britt, with Eastwood at second base on a fielder's choice on that last play. Britt starts with a strike. Swing and a miss, so Britt well ahead now. Looking for strikeout number 7. But equally knowing that Durham is capable of tagging the ball if he fires one too close to the middle. Ball 2, strike 2. Even Corey Durham looked like he thought that might have clipped the plate and was heading in the direction of the dugout at one stage, but he's back in the batter's box. And strikeout called. So strikeout number 7 is racked up by Britt to end the inning. So going into the bottom of the third, Canterbury leads South Canterbury 4-0. So I mentioned earlier that South Canterbury made the final of the Jefferies Cup for the first time in 1987, and they played Nelson that day, lost 4-2 behind the pitching of a American import called Larry Bednarz, who was in Timaru for several seasons in the 80s. And then they were back in 1995 and played a final where they lost to Canterbury. So at one point they had quite a lot of good juniors coming through South Canterbury, both men and women. And one of the South Canterbury products was a guy called Tim Hamer, who made the New Zealand Junior Black Sox team that went to a tournament in Canada, World Championships in Canada in 1997. And as mentioned, they also produced some really good female softballers. Probably the best was a pitcher called Aria Hayata, who now lives here in Christchurch. She represented the junior White Sox at the 1991 World Championships. Also pitched a bit for the senior White Sox. So some changes being made here by South Canterbury as they go into the bottom half of the third inning. So while those changes have been made, the plate umpire Richard Taylor is just informing the scorers. So Richard's a former premier pitcher here in Canterbury, once pitched for Otago against the Black Sox in 1996 when the Black Sox did a national tour. It's probably one of the best games of Richie's career. He held the Black Sox to 3-0 in a game in Ellis Park in Dunedin, and was recently featured on Facebook in a Friday flashback. So Richie actually is the head coach of the Richmond Cares Premier Men's team in Christchurch, so he'd be familiar with a lot of these players from his coaching time, and great to see him still having time to dust off the blue uniform and officiate at a tournament like the Jefferies Cup. So 3 balls on Bailey Hamilton, the DP for Canterbury. So Bailey made his Black Sox debut in a tournament in Australia, a series against the Aussie Steelers. And Hamilton picks a walk. And Lubajewski up to bat for his second time in the game. He picked a walk in his first 2 bat. And a steal there, but Hamilton steals straight down. This time Potts can't, the ball goes into centre field. Good effort there by the centre fielder to recover, but Hamilton scampers around to third base. So Canterbury not sitting back on that 4-0 lead. They're playing aggressively with steals and putting pressure on the South Canterbury field. And the bunt put down, a sacrifice bunt there for the RBI for Lubajewski. Hamilton scores, run number 5. So Ant Stewart, who punched a nice, powerful hit to left centre field last time up. So from the Papanui club. Ants is a former national club champion with Albion 2015. And takes a pitch there, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. And Stewart's going to pop up here to second base. Catch taken by the infielder Ben Hunter Brady. So two down now. And Jacob Davison, 2 bad. Struck out his first at bat. Facing now Josh Eastwood. So Davison ahead 2-0. Good opportunity here for Jacob Davison at this tournament to establish himself for the NFC. Canterbury have a need to establish a new catcher with Cameron Watts playing for Otago at this tournament, the 2-time Black Sox World Championship catcher. Cam's previously been registered in Canterbury, but I understand is playing largely in Dunedin this year. And the other long-serving Canterbury catcher, sorry, just as we are facing this pitch, we'll come back to that. So the other long-serving Canterbury catcher, Nathan Watt, has retired from Premier Ball and is now coaching the Papanui Tigers reserve grade team. So an opportunity for younger catchers to stake a claim. And that's a good start there by Davison, who rips a hit to left field. It's spilled by the left fielder. So Gamblin recovers and holds Davison at second base. So Romana Kumaroa at the bat for the Red Sox. Durham checks the runner, takes the out at third to retire Canterbury with just that 1 run added to the score. So 5-0 the Red Sox lead. So Romana Kumaroa, great softball pedigree. His dad is the head coach, Jason Kumaroa. His mum is Shapawaka, former New Zealand White Sox captain, current Softball New Zealand board member. And in fact, at this tournament, we have the 2 White Sox teams playing here, and they are one of them is actually named after Shapawaka. So White Sox Pawaka and White Sox Cartwright, which is named after the late Cherie Cartwright, former White Sox pitcher, and who very sadly died earlier this year. So a great tribute to Cherie and Romana's aunt, Nick Poaka, was also a former White Sox outfielder. Up now, Ricky McLeod. So ball one. McLeod hits it back to Britt, who does his own fielding. Makes Ruben Elkins stretch to get that low ball, throw, but the out taken. So Dylan Potts, the oldest of the three Potts brothers. One and one. Two and one. So Potts inches ahead in the count here. And now it's 3-1. So Potts very familiar with the pitching of Ryan Britt. He's called to him on numerous occasions at PCU. So Britt comes back now, full count. And Potts picks a walk. The second walk conceded of the day by Ryan Britt, so bringing up now Cooper White, the third baseman. And strike one on White. Well, Davison's throw goes wild into right field. Great throw by Jackson Watt, but the base umpire rules that the runner Potts just got in ahead of the throw. But good recovery from Watt there in right field. And 2 on Cooper White. And strikeout number 8 of the game for Ryan Britt. So the 2 down catcher rule invoked, which means Dylan Potts comes in to put the catcher's gear on, and Cooper White goes out to run for him at second base. So Jacob Neal at bat now. He hits to Kumaro at second, who takes the out over with Elkins at first, and that retires the side. No run scored. So going into the top of the fifth, the bottom of the fourth rather, of course. Canterbury lead 5-0. So I mentioned umpire Taylor on the plate. He's continuing a fairly proud family legacy in the umpiring area. His dad Selwyn was a very popular umpire here in Christchurch for many years. And Richard's younger brother was also a very handy pitcher. Younger brother Brett Taylor, who was also a Canterbury Rugby League representative. So always good to see former players taking up the umpiring role. And on that note, just a mention to the late Mark McFarlane, who outstanding Canterbury outfielder of the 1970s, went on to become a top international umpire and unfortunately passed away late last month. Not before leaving a great legacy to Canterbury softball in the form of a very generous donation by himself and his partner Nicola Ogier, another international umpire, to a new training centre being developed here at the Canterbury softball headquarters. So great to see former players taking up umpiring and coaching. And on that note, as mentioned before, Jason Kumaro and Daniel Milne passing on their experience to this relatively young Canterbury team in a rebuilding mode. So Nokia, the Melmonch Taylor, fresh from his triple in the last at-bat. He now he keeps that 1,000 average going with a good hit. He's going to stretch it into a stand-up double. Oh no. In the end, he actually had to slide to beat the tag of Durham at second base, but that's 2 from 2 for the number 9 hitter, the Melmonch Taylor, and that will bring up Blake Hardy, who hit that towering automatic home run in his last at-bat. And this time Hardy holds out there to left field with a catch taken by Stefan Gambelin. So Elkins up looking for his first hit of the game. He was actually hit by the pitch in the his previous at-bat. And Elkins just goes with his power to the right centre field fence. He'll score Melmonch Taylor, and he will stretch that into a triple. So 6-0 now. the potential 7th runner at third base with Jackson Watt, the senior man of the Canterbury top order. And Watt's hit is deflected off the second baseman, so Elkins will score, and Watt strides into second base. So 7-0 now to the Red Sox. And swing and a miss by Bailey Hamilton. So Bailey often plays in the outfield, being used as a DP in this game by Coach Kumara. Hamilton fouls off. So Bailey has become one of the senior players in this Canterbury team now too, after himself, Jackson Watt, Callum Bishop all came in as young guys when the likes of Josh Harbrow and Tyrone Bardarillo, the former New Zealand players, were the kind of senior men in the team. Now they're in that kind of leadership role and looking to guide the next generation of Red Sox players. I was just conferring here after being invited to do so by South Canterbury, who may be asking whether there was a dead ball involved there. No, Hamilton is at first and Watt at second, and that'll bring up Josh Lubajewski. Scooped up there by Cooper White, but the ball can't be taken by Hunter Brady at second base. So we now have loaded bases and Stewart up the bat. So and so ball one. So Stewart, using all his experience here, he'll know that if he just stays patient at the plate, he'll either get a ball to drive a couple of runs in. Yeah, lovely double play taken by South Canterbury. Corey Durham fires the ball into the catcher Dylan Potts, who completes the second leg of the double down at first base with a quick throw. So excellent infielding there by South Canterbury, and a good example of to anyone youngsters watching of how you must play inside the line with the runner at third base and less than two down. So a pitching change coming up for the Canterbury Redhawks. The youngster Toby Smith about to take the mound. So he's relieving Ryan Britt, who Ryan Britt took 7 strikeouts in his 4 innings on the mound, and gave up just the 1 hit to Corey Durham, and also conceded 2 walks. So a good pitching stint there by Ryan Britt, and Coach Kumara bringing Toby Smith in to close it out. And reasonably predictably leaving the number 1 man, Liam Potts, to be fresh for the final at 1 p.m. So Toby Smith, a left-hander. He'll bring the ball into the right-handed hitters and present a challenge to any lefties in the lineup for South Canterbury. Stefan Gamlin, the left fielder for South Canterbury, up to bat now. Swings at the first Toby Smith pitch, cannot connect, and so a lead-off strike for Smith, the young Canterbury player. It is our first senior tournament for the Red Sox. So 0-2. And strike out. Good confident start there for Toby Smith, who starts with a K. Something any relief pitcher is looking for. And Josh Eastwood facing the pitching of Smith, so pitcher facing pitcher. So 2-0. And striker catching the outside corner. 3-1. And full count now, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Eastwood picks the walk, so that'll bring up the second baseman, Ben Hunter Brady. On deck, Aaron Johnson, the right fielder. So incidentally, that's Eastwood's second walk of the game, and not unusually for a pitcher to have a pretty good eye at the plate. Ball 1, strike 1. And a nice bunt put down by Hunter Brady, and Stewart really quickly steamed onto that from third base, but unfortunately collided with Elkins, the first baseman, who was down the line too. So that allowed the or prevented Stewart from taking what would have been a pretty snappy out. But so Hunter Brady safe at first, Eastwood at second, and up now Aaron Johnson. And Hunter strikes out for Toby Smith's second K of his short stint here on the mound. So basically 2 down now, 1 out required for the early finish, and brings up now Corey Durham, the only South Canterbury hitter to get a safe hit today so far. So ball one. So Durham has a chance to drive in South Canterbury's first run, which would then force Canterbury to bat again. So but Smith comes back with a strike there, so 1-1 account now. Oh, good effort there by Elkins on the fence. Actually got his mitt to the ball, but just couldn't quite haul it in. But good effort there. A difficult play to make for a first baseman going back there like that to the edge. So count remains ball 1, strike 2. And swing and a miss. So the third strikeout of his 1 inning pitching stint for Toby Smith to end the game with the Canterbury Red Sox taking it out 7-0. So 7-0 in 5 innings here. Just running through the batting efforts for the Red Sox. The highlight, the top batter of the game was the number 9 hitter, Nokai de Melmonte Taylor, with 2 from 2. He had a triple and then a double, and making a real impression in his first senior tournament with the Red Sox. The other hitting highlight was Blake Hardy's towering automatic home run in the second inning over the left field fence. He really went with the wind and just sent the ball soaring into orbit there. So Coach Kumara will be pleased with the effort from his younger players, those 2 hitters just mentioned, and also young Toby Smith coming in to close out the game after the veteran Ryan Britt gave them such a great start with 7 strikeouts. But you know, big credit to South Canterbury to really hang in there, and they were quite impressive in the field at times, particularly with a snappy double play effected by Corey Durham, the shortstop, and catcher Dylan Potts. So great to see them at this tournament. Canterbury now advanced to the final at 1 o'clock, where I expect their opponent will be Marlborough. And if you're in Christchurch and you want to come down and witness a potentially a great pitching duel, come down and watch Liam Potts throw for Canterbury Red Sox against the former Black Sox pitcher Kurt Sholem from Marlborough, who's made a return to representative softball this year after a bit of a break, but has great pedigree. So that'll be a game for the purists, I expect. So we'll see you back here at 3 p.m. In the meantime, there's at 1 p.m. rather, for the final. In the meantime, there's a 11 a.m. game soon to start. So just signing off, this is Tony Smith, and tune in for the upcoming games.